Everybody, welcome. This is barre sculpt. So for today's class, you'll want to grab a set of light weights. I'm just using 1 pound dumbbells, so feel free to go heavier. I'm not really sure if you can do half-pound weights, but if you want to go lighter, you can also use water bottles, candles, anything that you have available to you to use as a weight or no weight at all. We'll also be using a set of ankle weights. So we'll have them on for the entire duration of the class once we get through our warm-up. Let's go ahead and start with our warm-up. Drawing your feet hip-width apart and parallel. Soft bend your knees. We're going to draw our knee up and over to a side lunge. So just straight forward, over to a side lunge. Using that lower ab muscle as you lift the knee high and then draw it out to the side. Let's do it one more on each side. All right, next we're going to take that knee up and over to the opposite, over to a side lunge, pressing your hips back, knee draws up and over, side lunge, press the hips back. Keep it going. On the next one, bring your feet wide than your hips, toes are turned out, arms are out to a T. We're going to bend your necks to the knees, chest stays lifted, deep bend, micro bend. As you rise to stand, that's it, give me 2 more. Last one, hold the knees bent, draw tiny circles with your arms. Maybe circle out your neck. Reverse that circle. Maybe draw your head back and forward, shaking it yes and no. Extend the arms out long in opposite directions. We're going to reach down, tapping towards the opposite inside foot, coming back to a T, bend into your knee. So as you tap that bent knee, your opposite leg is straight. Rise back up. Bend, tap, and bend. Let's do one more on each side. From here, we're going to hinge forward to your waist. Give yourself a nice big hug, and then squeeze your arms together. Nice big hug, and squeeze. Not using momentum, just squeeze your shoulder blades together. 2 more here. All right, gently release your right knee down to the floor, untuck your right toes, press into your right knee. So you don't want that left knee directly in front. You want it off to the side. So press your hips into that left knee, opening up your right hip. Draw your hips back, straighten that right leg. Hips press out to diagonal. And back. One more time. On the next one, hold the hips back, left leg is straight. Point, flex, circle out that left ankle. Hold your left toes flexed, hinge forward, framing your left leg. Maybe bringing your nose towards your knee, heart towards your thigh. Gently rise up, switching sides. Left knee comes down. Take your right foot, step it forward, and then walk it to the outer edge of your area. Press your hips forward, opening up your left hip. Chin and chest stays lifted here. Draw your hips back, straightening that right leg. And bend. And straighten. One more time. Keep the hips back, keep that right leg straight. Point, flex, circle out that right ankle. Hold the right toes flexed. Hinge forward, framing your right foot. Maybe bringing the crown of your head towards your toes, gently folding forward. Gently rise up. Rise to stand, roll your shoulders back. Roll them forward, maybe grab a sip of water. If you are using those weights, let's go ahead and put them on now. We are going to start in a standing position. If you're using those ankle weights, one light ankle weight on each foot, each ankle. If you'd like to use the light weights in your hands, one light weight in each hand. All right, from here, we're going to start in a plie position, so your feet are wider than your hips. Toes are turned out. Bend your knees down, palms facing out. We're going to reach the arms overhead, around the world arms, plie pulse. Bring the arms down. Reach up, tap the thumbs, reach down, tap the pinkies. Chest stays lifted, so as you bend deeper into those knees, your knees are tracking out over your toes. Your shoulders remain stacked directly over your hips, so imagine that you're sliding down a wall. Keep it going. That's it. Raise, tap. Lift, tap. Raise, tap. Lift, tap. Grounding through the soles of your feet. Palms are facing out the entire time. That's it. On the next one, we're going to hold it low. So from here, bring the palms facing in. We're going to pulse it forward and lift. Pulse it further down. Hips sink lower towards the floor and rise. Bring it forward and lift. Draw it down and lift. Keep it going. All right, keep that same movement going, but draw your heels together. Arms overhead, bend deeper and lift. Bend deeper and lift. All right, we're going to work that right side, isolating the right side of our body here. Starting first position, stepping out to a wide second plie. Keep it going. From here, draw your arms forward. Keep a soft bend in both of your knees. Stepping the right leg out, right arm comes out. Draw it back in. So maybe a slight bend in your elbows. Step it wide. Draw it back in. Step it wide. Draw it back in. Keep it going. Almost there. Left arm stays to the front. Right leg, right arm steps out wide. Deep bend into those knees. Keep it going. Keep a soft bend in the elbow. Step it wide, step it narrow. Almost there. Keep it going. We're going to hold it in first position with those heels together. Coming up next. All right, hold the heels together. From here, we're going to sink the hips down. Left arm up, right arm out. Draw it back in. Left arm up, right arm out. Deep bend into those knees. So as you lift that left arm up, your right arm comes directly out from the right shoulder. Continuing with that movement. You've got it. Slow it down if you need to. Still going. Still moving. Right arm out, left arm up. Deeper bend into those knees. Avoid locking out those knees even as you draw the arms back together out in front. Keep it going. We're going to work into that left side next. Stepping that left leg out. Left arm comes out from the shoulder. Draw the arms back in. Draw your shoulders down. From this position, left arm, left leg. Draw everything back in line. Left arm, left leg. Heels together. Toes are turned outward. So avoid drawing your toes towards parallel. Just the left leg, left arm are moving. Right arm, right leg is completely still. You've got it. Open and close. If at any time you want to set any of the equipment down, the weights in your palms, those ankle weights, feel free to do so. Keep it going. Open and close. That's it. You've got it. On the next one, hold the heels together. From here, right arm up, left arm out, bend and rise. Bend, open, and lower. Keep it going. Right arm lifts overhead, left arm lifts out from the left shoulder. You've got it. Keep it going. Keep those heels in close together. Slow and controlled. Soft bend in your elbows. Even as you rise up, drawing the palms out in front together. Avoid locking your knees. Keep a soft bend in your knees the entire time. We're moving on after this. Left arm open, right arm raises. Draw everything back in line. That's it. Give me 2 more. 1 more. All right, from here, relax your shoulders down. Bring it out to a wide stance so your feet are wide in your hips. Your toes are turned out. Your arms are overhead. From here, we're going to bend the right elbow to the right knee. Rise up. It's like you're pulling. Imagine you have a band between your palms. You're pulling it down. Drawing that right elbow to your right thigh. And rising back upright. Use your core, crunch down, stacking your left shoulder over your right. Knees are tracking out over your toes. Maybe gaze down, look over. Can you see your big toe coming from the inside of your left thigh? That's it. Just a few more. We're going to bring those hands to our hips next. Overhead, right elbow to right knee, crunch. Rise back up. 1 more. All right, gently bring your hands and or weights to your hips. From here, lift the right heel and lower, lift the left heel and lower. Just alternating, lift and lower the heels. Chest stays lifted. You've got it. Almost there. Keep it going, alternating, lift, lower, lift, lower. Really popping that heel, coming up onto the ball of your foot, maybe onto your tippy toes, your big toe, your pinky toe, lifting that heel higher. Keeping your hips down low. That's it. Hand just resting gently on your hips. We're drawing those arms back overhead. Next. 1 more each side. All right, ground through your feet, seal your heels, arms overhead, soft bend in your elbows. Draw that left elbow to your left knee. Rise back up. Think slow and controlled. We're not going for speed on any of these. And lift. Your core should be contracted here. Draw your navel into your spine as you crunch your left elbow to your left thigh, your left knee. You're stacking that top right shoulder directly over your bottom left. Rising right back up. Keep it going. Crunch, release, lift. Crunch, release, lift. We've got lots of standing core today. We are going to come down to the floor later on. 1 more. All right, relax your shoulders down. Go ahead and walk your feet in. From here, draw your feet hip width apart and parallel. Draw your elbows wide. So now you can set the weights down if you prefer. If they're distracting to hold on to, you can set them down. Draw your elbow wide. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. From here, we're going to step our right leg back, come into a reverse lunge, and rise back up. Step back, reverse lunge, and rise up. So just drawing your feet back to hip width apart and parallel. Reverse lunge step, and rise, Elbows stay wide, keeping your chest lifted, your chest open. Keeping those elbows directly out from your shoulders. That's it. We're going to hold it in that reverse lunge next. Still going. Almost there. All right, on the next one, hold that right leg back. You're holding it in the lunge. From here, one pulse, one left heel lift and lower. One pulse, heel lift and lower. So you're holding it in that lunge stance. From here, you're pulsing the hips down, lifting and lowering that front heel, working into that calf muscle here. Lift, lower, one pulse, lift, lower. Keep it going. Slow it down as much as you need to. That's it. You've got it. Keep it going. One pulse, one heel lift and lower. So you're keeping that right knee close down towards the floor. Just a few more. Shoulders stay stacked directly over your hips. We're going to add in some core here next. All right, rise up, straighten that front back leg. Come down to a lunge. Tap that right elbow to your left knee. Rise up, straighten the legs. Bend, tap. Rise your shoulders over, straighten the legs. So your feet are still planted. Come down low, tap. Rise your chest, straighten the back leg, bend your back leg, tap, rise up, lift, keep it going, slow it down if you need to. Find the pace that works for you so your feet are still hip width apart and parallel. Bend down, tap, rise up, straighten the back leg. So you're keeping a bend into that front left knee. Keep it going. We have one more move in this reverse lunge stance. All right, from here in this reverse lunge, one pulse, tap to curtsy, tap back to reverse lunge, one pulse, curtsy, reverse lunge, pulse, curtsy, reverse lunge, and pulse, curtsy, reverse lunge, pulse, curtsy, reverse lunge, pulse. Keep it going. Keep your core pulled in towards your spine. Keep your shoulders stacked over your hips. Curtsy, reverse lunge, pulse. You've got it. Keep it going. Don't stop now. You are so close. Pulse, curtsy, reverse lunge, pulse. That's it. Wherever you're at, give me one more. All right, from here, shake it out. This is when those weights on those ankles are going to do you some good. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Elbows are wide. Give me a low squat. Draw that right knee up, left elbow down. Release down. Squat. If you lose your balance, it's okay. The slower you go, the more challenging it is. Rise up. Just the right knee to left elbow. Release down. Squat. Lift. Maybe they make a connection. Maybe they tap. They don't have to. Right knee lifts towards the left shoulder. Left elbow comes down towards your right hip. Rise up, tap, release down. We're going to hold a bend in both of the knees here coming up. That's it. You got it. Chest stays lifted. Press your hips back towards the wall behind you. Last one on the right side. All right, now for the other side. Squat down low. Left knee lifts. Right elbow taps down. Release down. Squat. Tap. Release. Slow and controlled. Notice when you're going fast, you're using momentum. You want to slow it down and control your movements, drawing that left knee up to your right shoulder. Right elbow down to your left hip. And reset. Draw Drawing that left foot back in line, parallel directly under your left hip. Keep it going. Chest is lifted here. Almost there. Keep it going. One more, and then we're going to grab those weights if you had them down the floor. All right, grab those weights. We got one more before we go on to the next side. Still in that hip width apart and parallel. Soft bend in your knees, slightly hinge forward. We're going to alternate lifting and lowering the heels so your hips are low. We're not coming up. We're not staying nice and tall. We're staying down low. Ground through your feet. Lift your heel, lift the same arm, lower down. Lift the same arm, lift the same heel, lower down, and switch. You can keep it in a fluid movement, moving from side to side. Notice, I'm not popping my head up and down. My hips, my shoulders, the crown of my head are all staying low here. I'm just lifting and lowering those heels, bending deeper into the knee. All right, we're setting the weights down. One more each side. All right, set those weights down. We're moving on. From here, elbows are wide. We're going to work into that left side. Step it back, reverse lunge, step it forward. Right to where we started, reverse lunge, draw it up, elbows are wide. Fingertips towards the back of your ears, opening up that chest, opening up your shoulders. If this hurts your shoulders or your chest, you can keep your hands crossed in front towards opposite shoulder, maybe towards same shoulder. You want to actively keep your upper body upright, allowing your chest to keep open with your elbows wide, or just any variation. Just a reverse lunge, tap back, and forward. Left leg is moving this time, right leg is your base. You're stepping far back enough that your left knee is directly under your left hip. Your right knee is directly on top of your right ankle as you set the left leg back. On the next one, hold that left leg back. Adjust your stance if you need to. Give me one pulse. Right heel lifts and lowers. One pulse. Left, right heel lifts and lowers. It's that front leg that's going to lift and lower. So find your stance. From here, give me one pulse. Lift, lower. One pulse. Get on those highest tippy toes. Get on the ball of your foot. Try to keep the hips low as you lift that heel. One pulse. One heel raise and lower. One pulse. Heel raise and lower. You got this. Keep it going. Don't stop now. One pulse. Heel lift, heel lower. We're adding in those crunches next. Firing up those obliques. Keep it going. All right, hold the right heel lowered. From here, give me one pulse down. Tap the left elbow towards the right knee. Rise up, straighten the back leg, bend. Maybe you tap. Maybe you just come close. Rise up, bend. Tap, rise up, come down, tap, rise up, straighten, bend, tap, rise up, straighten the leg, bend the knee, tap the elbow, lift the shoulders, straighten, keep it going. Go at your own pace. Maybe you pick it up because you've done this before on the other side. Maybe you slow it down. Keep it going. Pulse, tap, rise up, straighten, bend, tap, rise, straighten, bend, tap. On the next one, hold that knee bent. From here, one pulse, tap, curtsy, reverse lunge, one pulse, curtsy, reverse lunge, pulse, curtsy, reverse lunge, pulse, curtsy, reverse lunge, pulse, curtsy, reverse lunge, one pulse, Keep it going. Last time with these reverse lunges. Yes, you can. Don't stop now. One pulse, that reverse lunge. Give me that curtsy. Tap it back to that reverse lunge. Pulse it down. Keep the chest, shoulders lifted. Open up your heart. Reverse lunge, pulse, curtsy, reverse lunge, pulse. Last one. All right, shake it out. Grab those weights. If you would like, you can place your left hand on the wall. We're going to work the right side first, or grab one weight in each hand, or just your right hand. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. From here, we're going to draw our arms by our side, palms facing in. From here, your right leg kicks back. Draw it in. Try to keep that right leg straight. Now, your right leg is straight. Your standing leg, that left leg is your base. Keep a soft bend in that knee. Avoid locking it out. Keep a soft bend, but keep that right leg straight. So avoid bending that knee. Keep it nice and straight. From here, lift and lower. Lift and lower. So you're slightly hinging forward. You're drawing your navel into your spine. Use what props you need to. Anything around you, it can be a wall or a ledge, with your left hand, your non-working side, if you're using that. That's it. Give me 3 more. All right. From here, I want you to hold that right leg lifted. Arms are lifted. Give me 1 pulse and pulse. We're just pulsing it up, so you're keeping that right leg straight. Right leg is lifted. Your arms are lifted. Draw them back towards your rib cage. Maybe back further. Keep it going. Just lift and lift. Keep your hips squared. So avoid opening up your hip and coming into that left side. Keep your hips squared. Keep your shoulders squared. You're leaning forward. Arms are lifted. Leg is lifted. Pulse and pulse. So again, avoid opening up that hip. Keep your hips nice and square. Right toes flexed. Right leg is straight. Left leg is your base. Keep a soft bend in that left knee as you hinge forward and pulse that right leg. All right, we're going to add on here. It's going to face this way. From here, your arms lifted, your leg is lifted. Give me 1 pulse. Hold it here. Bend your elbows, bend your heel. Extend. 1 pulse. Bend. Extend. 1 pulse. Bend. Extend. 1 pulse. So as you bend that back heel in towards your glute, you want to keep that leg lifted. So you're pulsing, and then you're bending, extending, pulsing, bend, extend. Same thing. Avoid opening up your hip. Keep those hips squared. Keep your shoulders squared. Imagine those hips are headlights. They're guiding you along the way. Same thing with your shoulders. You're hinging forward. You have that leg pulsed. You're going to bend and extend. Pulse, bend, and extend. Keep it going. Give me 1 more here. Hold that right knee bent. Hold your elbows bent. From here, we're just pressing up, pressing up. So use that wall, use that ledge, anything that you need to. You're hinging forward. That heel is bent. You're drawing the elbow up, pressing that heel up. Press, pull. That's it. Keep it going. Working the base of your right glute here in your right tricep. Maybe both triceps if you're not using that wall or that ledge. You got it. We're moving on to the left side next. Keep it going. That's it. Give me 2 more. All right, release it down. Shake it out. All right, same thing on the left side. That right leg is your base. Avoid locking out that knee. Keep a soft bend in the knee. Your left leg is staggered back. Left leg is straight. Hinge forward. Avoid opening up that hip. Keeping those hips square. Shoulders are square. Arms down by your side. Lift and lower. Left leg and arms. Lift and lower. Really ground through the sole of your right foot. From your big toe to your pinky, straight back to your heel. Soft bend into that right knee. You've got it. Lift and lower. Palms are facing in. Tricep lift and lower. Keep those arms in close towards your body. That's it. Give me 3 more, and then we're going to hold it and we're going to pulse it. You got this. Last one. Hold it, lift it. I lose my balance when I face this side. Hold left leg and arms lifted. Just pulse and pulse. Use that bar, that ledge if you need to. Palms are facing in. Keep a soft bend in that standing right knee. Avoid locking out that knee. Your left leg is straight as you can get it. Palms are facing in. Hinge forward. Avoid opening up that hip, rolling on to that right outer hip. You want to keep both hips squared, keeping that target into the base of your left glute. Working those triceps. Keep your core engaged. Draw your navel into your spine. If your back starts to hurt, it's likely because you're arching your spine. Draw your navel into your spine, keeping that back flat. So as you hinge forward, avoid arching. Nice flat back, navel pulled in. Lift and lift. Notice the difference. All right, from here, hold it lifted. 1 pulse, 1 heel to glute. Extend, 1 pulse, 1 heel to the glute. So that lift is a stretch for your heel to the glute. Keep it going. Use that ledge if you need to. If you need to hold on to it with your right hand, that is okay. It's your non-working side. 1 pulse, 1 bend. 1 pulse, 1 bend. That right leg, don't lock it out. Keep it nice and bent. Keep your gaze forward. Hips are facing down. We have 1 more move after this, and then we're coming onto the floor. You've got it. 1 pulse, 1 bend. 1 pulse, 1 bend. Keep it going. All right, the next one. Keep your heel in towards your glute. Keep your elbows bent. Press everything up. Press and press. So if you are using that wall, it's with your right hand, your non-working side. Your hinge forward, your elbows bent, your left knee is bent. Pulse and pulse. Right knee also stays bent, so both knees are bent. Your right standing leg has just a micro bend in it, not a deep bend. That left knee, you want to try to draw that left heel in close towards your glute, as close as you can. Lift and lift. Imagine you're trying to stamp the sole of your left foot up towards the ceiling with each lift. Deep bend in your elbows. Give me 3 more. And 2. Last one. Whew. All right, shake it out. Let's do a nice little stretch here. You can keep those ankle weights on. Cross your right ankle behind your left. Draw your arms overhead. Grab your right wrist with your left and deep side bend over to the left side. Gently rise up, circle out your wrist. Switch sides, right leg is your base. Cross your left foot behind your right. Grab your left wrist with your right hand and bend over to the right side. Bumping your left hip out. Gently rise up, circle out your wrist, circle out your ankles. All right, let's come on down to the floor. We're gonna find a tabletop position. If you would like, grab 1 weight into your right hand. From here, we have bird dog. This is great core work, working everything. Keep your toes flat. Extend your left leg, point your left toes, right arm extends. Draw your right elbow to your left knee and extend. Keep your gaze down between your left thumb and index finger. If you get a little bit too weebly and wobbly, you can set your left leg down, just working your right arm, or set your right hand down under your right shoulder and just work the left leg. Adding the 2 when you're ready, maybe using that weight, maybe setting that weight down to the side Keep it going. Extend and bend. Right arm, left leg. Keeping your navel pulled into your spine. That's it. 2 more. All right, hold that left leg extended. Draw your right elbow down. Keep your left hand box out. Left leg is straight. Tap over to the right. Tap over to the left. Left knee, left elbow. Extend. Tap rainbow. Tap rainbow. Left knee, left elbow. Extend. Rainbow. Rainbow. So now we're slightly opening up our left hip here because our right elbow is down. If you notice you're leaning into your right side, just gently walk your right arm further out from your right shoulder. Bring your right palm facing up so you avoid putting any additional pressure or weight into that side. All the weight should be on that working left leg. Rainbow tap, knee to elbow. Set it down. Bring both hands under your shoulder, bump your hips side to side. All right, we're moving on. Other side. Weight is in your left hand. If you use it on the right, extend your left arm, right leg. Lift, then tap. Extend, then tap. Remember your options. You can set the knee down and just work the arm. No matter what, you are drawing your navel deep in your spine. Your back is flat, so avoid arching or rounding your spine. A nice flat back here. You can also set that hand down and just work that right knee if you like. That's it. Just a few more wherever you're at, whether it's your left arm or right leg, or right leg, left arm together. Last one, hold the right leg extended. Release your left forearm down. Keep your right hand boxed out. Tap your right leg over from the hip. Crossover rainbow. Tap over. Right elbow to right knee. Rainbow tap. Rainbow tap. Rainbow tap. Elbow to knee. So 2 rainbow taps and then an elbow to knee. That right hip is slightly open. You're on that left forearm and right wrist. Left knee is down, elbow to knee, extend, tap it over, elbow to knee, extend, tap, tap, elbow to knee, extend. You've got this. Don't stop now. Draw your navel into your spine. All right, set your right knee down. Both hands under your shoulders. Bump your hips side to side. Come to your left or right hip. Grab those weights. We're going to find a C-sit. So we're going to sit on our bum. Round your back. If this hurts your spine, you can place a ball behind your lower back as you roll back. Knees are bent, palms are facing up. Extend your right leg long to a hover. We have a single leg bicycle and extend. Bend knee to chest and extend. So again, if that hurts your back, you can always use a pillow or a ball behind your lower back here. You can also place your hands on your side and taking out that bicep curl. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Gently plant that right foot. Bring your palms facing in. If you're using your hands, you can use that ball if you like. Extend your left leg long to a hover. Point your left toes. Hammer curl, knee to chest. And extend. Single leg bicycle with a hammer curl. Keep it going. Almost there. Keep it going. Just the left leg is moving with or without that ball or a pillow or your choice behind your back. You can also place your hands down. Facing in. All right, gently release your left foot. From here, you can place your hands behind you, forearms down, or you can keep those weights in your hands. We have a W curl. Zip your legs together. Extend your legs long. Oh yes, W curl. Legs extend, legs bend. So your legs are hovering. Imagine that floor is lava. You're not tapping that floor. You can also place your hands down. You can place your forearms down. That floor is still lava. As you extend and bend your legs are zipped. So 3 options here. You can also have that ball still behind your lower back. If you'd like to also use the weights here, W curl. Whew. I find the ball very challenging if you're moving both legs. So keep it going. Last 3, 2. All right, gently set the weights off to the side. Bring your feet hip width apart and parallel. Roll down. From here, feet are hip width apart and parallel, arms by your side. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. Lower tap. Squeeze, lift. Lower tap. Keep it going. Almost there. Keep your shoulders in towards the floor. That's it, still going. Feet and knees are hip width apart and parallel. You'll see why in just a moment. On the next one, hold your hips lifted. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Knees are hip width apart and parallel. Now we're going to tap the knees together and then open. Tap the knees together and open. Instead of air jail, she gets hip jail when she barks. Knees parallel, knees tap together. Now your knees don't have to tap. You do want to draw your thighs together, squeezing your thighs in towards one another. And then open them back out, not wide, but just a hip width apart, so just to where your feet are. Keep it going. Squeezing your glutes. Keep your hips lifted. If your hips start to droop, lift them higher. Shoulders stay placed in towards the floor. That's it. Keep it going. Tap and open. And again, when I mention open, that is just to parallel. All right, from here, keep the knees together. Hips are lifted. We're going to lower and tap and squeeze and lift. So your feet are hip width apart and parallel. Knees are glued together. You're in that knock knee position. Hips tap, hips lift. No more barking. Hips lift, hips tap. You're squeezing your thighs together. Keep it going. Ground through your feet. Lift and lower. Give me 2 more. Last one. All right, lower down. If you have those ankle weights on, go ahead and take them off now. Hopefully those were a nice compliment. If you use them, draw your knees in towards your chest. You can grab the back side of your thighs or your shins and just rolling side to side. Shoulders pressed in towards the floor. Draw the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling, coming into happy baby. You can grab again the back side of your thighs. You can grab the outer edges of each foot. Maybe rolling from one side to the next. Maybe coming into ninja, extending one leg. And switch. Draw the soles of the feet together. Gently release your feet to the floor. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Still with your neck flat on the floor. Lift your left leg high to the ceiling. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Flex your left toes to protect your left knee. From here, you're welcome to hold it just like this by gently pressing your left knee down, opening up your hip, or you can tap your left knee to the floor, come through center, draw your left foot, right knee down, come back up, one more on each side, left knee down. Try to keep your shoulders down. Notice how that feels with the stretch. Come back through center, release your left leg up to the ceiling, point, flex, circle out your left ankle. Bend your left knee, release your left foot to the floor, extend your right leg high to the ceiling, bend your right knee, keep your right toes flexed to protect your right knee. You are more than welcome to stay here, maybe gently pressing your right knee down, opening up your right hip, or if you'd like, draw your knees over to the side, coming back through center, over to the other side. Trying to keep both shoulders pressed in towards the floor. Come back through center, extend your right leg long, point flex, circle out your ankle. Gently plant your right foot to meet the left, draw your knees in towards your chest, curl yourself into a tiny ball. Rock and roll yourself a few times along your spine. Gently roll up. Release the soles of your feet together in a butterfly position. You're welcome to stay just like this. If you like to deepen your lower back stretch, maybe bring your hands under your calves, bringing your palms to the top shoelace portion of each foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Gently rise up. Release your shoulders up and down, and switch. Sweep your arms up high overhead. Fantastic work today. Thank you all so very much for joining me again. My name's Amanda. This was Bar Sculpt. See you all next time. Thank you.